Yo, what is going on guys? Today we are going to take a look at a warm-up routine that you can use to get yourself ready before your ranked sessions. I have done a few warm-up routine videos in the past, but this is a brand new one that I'm trying and I hope can help a whole lot of you out. This can change in length depending on how long you want to warm up for, but I'll show you a quick shorter version at the end if you are running low on time and just want to play some games. I have been using this warm-up routine for a while now and have actually seen some pretty solid results in my gameplay after I've headed into ranked. So I'd actually be really interested in hearing back from you guys after about a week of using this routine to see if it's helped your ranked gameplay. But before we dive in, a quick thank you to today's sponsor, Skillshare. Now, for those of you who don't know, Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes for creators. You literally get access to a massive amount of information to further your creative side, like photography and film, animation and design, illustration, writing. There is so much here on this one website. When I first got into YouTube, I actually used a course from this website called Learn Premiere Pro and Edit a How-To Video for Beginners by Juliz Nevares, which was a perfect introduction to kickstart my YouTube channel. Skillshare is curated for learning, which means there are no ads and there is always a new skill to pick up, so you can learn something new every single day. Now, as the sponsor of the channel, they have also hooked us up with an amazing opportunity. The first 1,000 of my subscribers to click the link in the description will get a free trial of premium membership so you can explore your creative side for free. So head down to the description, try out some classes, pick up some new skills, all over on Skillshare. Now, this is actually a really simple warm-up. It focuses the entirety of your ground and aerial game to force you to warm up all aspects of your gameplay. So, starting off, as I'm sure you would have guessed, we're going to start with about 5 minutes of general free play. Your first moments in warm-up should be basically just jumping into free play and hitting the ball around, building up your speed, and pretty much just focusing on getting back in the game. It allows you to go over just the basics, do whatever you want, hit the ball around over and over again, just trying to keep your speed up. Basically, just play the game how you want to play for your first 5 minutes. No stress with this first one. I personally like to head in, hit the ball around as fast as I can, and then when I'm feeling good, I try to get the ball in the air as often as I can and just go up for different shots. This helps me with basic aerial control and also allows me to have a little fun while I'm at it. The point of this warm-up isn't to put you through some extreme high-pressure routine, but more so to give you something to work on while also being pretty easy, fun, and flexible, all while staying very short so it doesn't take you hours. Now, after this initial 5-minute warm-up session, you want to then stay in free play, but this time, start focusing on one single mechanic. This is going to be a mechanic that you're looking to improve as your top priority. Now, this can be something that you have seen lacking in your gameplay or just something you want to work on in general. Good things to focus on are things like shooting accuracy, recoveries, and general aerial control. Me being, well, not the smartest, has decided that I want to work on flip resets when I warm up because I want to start using them more often in my ranked games. So, for about 3 to 5 minutes, I would just go over flip resets by themselves. All the focus going into trying to figure out what's going wrong the entire time. Personally, I like to break down mechanics that I'm training. So, I would start with just the setup, then move into a single flip reset, making sure I'm getting the initial reset and everything quite smoothly. And then, once I feel comfortable with that, I'd move on to double resets or something like flip reset musty flicks. Once again, make this part fun for yourself. If you can't really get it and are just at the beginning of learning a new mechanic, then take baby steps. Maybe just focus on one aspect of the mechanic for those few minutes. You're not trying to do like a full-on training session here, just warming yourself up so you go into the next game ready and firing. So after the 5-minute free play session and then the 3 to 5 minutes on specific mechanics in free play, next you jump into some training packs. The first one I recommend is Shots You Shouldn't Miss. This is the perfect training pack to really test yourself before you head into a match. It covers both the ground and aerial game pretty well, while also being somewhat difficult for most ranks. If this pack is too hard for you, I understand, and I would say take your time through it where you can. I know that some of them are pretty time restrictive, so you will have to rush, but it's a really good way to track your progress. What I mean by this is if you try the same shot 50 times and you get it on the 51st attempt, and then the next day you get it on the 30th attempt, and the day after that, the 20th, you've seen instant progress. Now, of course, you can train this pack in your own time outside of this warm-up, but giving yourself a difficult pack to work with in your warm-up is a really good way to push yourself without any consequences. It allows you to try new things as well as letting you make mistakes before they actually lead to a goal in your ranked matches. Now, if you are of the few that find this training pack pretty easy and you need a bit more of a challenge, you are probably a high rank and will already know a few training packs that are best for you, that you find difficult. If not, search for packs that you struggle with and push yourself to see what you can find and what you can learn from these packs. Never pick something too easy for yourself. If you find yourself progressing and improving, you will find your games much easier too. The next thing is another training pack, but this time find one suited to the mechanic you were training. For me, I've gone with this one here shown on the screen as it is my go-to when training flip resets. The reason for this is to give you more training with that one mechanic, but after a small break. Kinda like circuit training, kind of. I practiced the basics, then went on to flip resets, then I went for shooting accuracy with the first training pack, and then I came back to flip resets. It kind of breaks your focus so you don't fall into bad habits of just doing the same mechanic over and over again without really focusing on anything else. This pack also allows me to not worry about the setup and focus more so on the actual reset itself, which helps me worry about things like the double reset or the musty. And yes, while it is important to learn the setup is what I would usually focus my first flip reset section in Freeplay of the training towards. Now, this is a very specific example and you might go about yours a completely different way, and that's fine. But try to make sure that no matter what mechanic you pick and what training pack you go for, you are remembering to focus on your flaws and iron out any mistakes you might be making before you head into a game. The next thing you're going to want to do is very simple, but also, unfortunately, only for people who have access to workshop maps. So I am very sorry console users. If you like, you can skip ahead to the time mentioned on the screen now. So, for you workshop people, pick any time trial or rings map and just go to work. I like to focus speed here, trying to get a faster time each attempt while also warming up car control. The map you see on screen and the one that I've chosen is Time Trial 4 because it solely focuses on aerial control, where I think I need the most work right now. I don't worry too much about if I'm getting a slower time or if I'm not really air rolling too much. Instead, I just want to focus on fluid movements and trying to make as little mistakes as possible. Over time, I'm naturally going to get better control and a better time in general. Each map will be different for you and each player will approach them differently, so pick one you like and stick with it. Now, the last thing you want to do is jump into a few casual matches and go for everything. I get this tip a lot because I think it helps you really loosen up before your matches. Heading into a casual match, not focusing on anything in particular, but just trying to get to the ball quickly and keep control of it. If you can find a way to work in that one mechanic you've been working on, then go for it. Otherwise, just keep yourself busy and in the gameplay the entire time. Try to stay active, constantly going up as quick as you can and pushing yourself to try some new stuff. Casual matches don't matter. If you lose, who cares? It's literally a game mode with no consequences. Just use it to get your head in the right area before you start your ranked matches. With this being the last step of the warm-up, just remember to have fun and take as many casual matches as you feel you need before you start playing ranked. Some people might need a few, some people might need just one. You do you until you feel warmed up and ready for your rank up session. Now, with that being the full warm up, I said at the start I would show you a shortened way to do this, and so the way that it is to just completely skip the workshop map and the casual matches. If you do free play and the 2 training packs that I mentioned, and then in between ranked matches you put yourself back into free play, you'll find it might take a game or 2, but you should be decently warmed up pretty soon if you're comfortable going straight into ranked scenarios. Now, to be honest, I really wouldn't recommend this until you're a higher rank, as the lower ranks are still going to be making a lot of mistakes that you should and can iron out easily in these casual matches. But that is all for me today. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, I am inclined to point you in the direction of my second channel, as there are weekly uploads there as well, so you guys technically get 2 videos a week now. Would love to see you guys over there. The next video goes out next Wednesday. Anyway, that's all from me. I'll see you next time.